Hi everybody, it's the Gregarious Giggler here, and today I'm going to talk to you about men.
They buy you dinner, open your door. Other than that, what are they good for? Men. I'm talking about men.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just doing my makeup because I'm superficial, apparently, from the last video, because I'm superficial. I'm really tired of getting penis pictures. The other day, I was talking to this guy. My headline says that I'm not looking for sex. If you're looking for sex, just don't even write me. And here's how the conversation went. Ciao, nice to meet you. Ciao, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Do you want to guess? So then he began guessing where I was from. Are you single? Yes, I'm single. And you? I am too. You are truly beautiful. Thank you. I live in Siena, in Tuscany. Oh, that's a shame. We're very far apart. And then I told him where I live. That's a shame. But we can always use the webcam. I don't use the webcam. You don't have one? I didn't really say why, I just said no. I see that you are 25 years old, is that right? Yes. Am I not too old for you? No, I've had women your age. I've had women your age? It's an interesting way to phrase it. And besides, you're more beautiful than the girls my age. Oh wow, what a line. It's the truth. But on your cell phone, you don't have a webcam? So now we're back to the webcam thing. Of course, but I don't use it to make video calls. It was to see you right now. Well, I don't think he would have wanted to see me right then and there. I don't take selfies either. Why? Because it's stupid and there's no logic to it. And it's not really fair to him. He doesn't know that I have this internal pet peeve already about these things, but I'm going to explain it to you so that you're on the same page as me, and then you'll understand why I was irritated, and then you'll be just as irritated with all the things that he's about to say. For a year, while I was doing this project, working on the blog, so many guys would say, send me a selfie right now. Why? Why would I send you a selfie right now? And I asked guys, and 9 times out of 10, this was their response. If you send me a selfie right now, I'll know that you're real. What?
What the hell are you talking about?
Does that make any sense? Oh, if I send you any photo at random and I tell you that I took it right now, you'll take my word for it and believe that it's a live photo, that this is what I look like right now at this moment in time. One guy over the phone once told me, well, if you don't have makeup on, then I know that you took it right now.
Go to sleep, sweetheart. Pray for brains.
It belies any kind of logic or intelligence. Why don't you take selfies? Because they're stupid and there's no logic. If I send you a selfie, it could be that I lie to you and say that I took it right now, and instead it's actually from last year. See, with a smiley face. I don't do it, so... Okay. What are you looking for here on Badoo? A friendship, and then we'll see. Okay, me too. Did you read my profile? Yes. Sex isn't something that you need to ask for. It happens if it happens. Said, okay. But in your photos, you have selfies. The ones that you have here on Badoo. Yes. But I don't take them for men just like that when they ask me to. If that was the case, then I'd be taking them every 2 seconds. That's true, but it was only to see if you're real.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
I cannot contort my brain enough to get to a point where I'm thinking that illogically. I put 8 cry-laughing faces and then 5 fuming, angry faces. And then in all caps I wrote, that's illogical. Every man says this. That's true. What do you like in a man? Physically, too. Look, I don't want to seem like a bitch, but you've already asked me all the questions that I hate. 2 cry-laughing faces. Asking me what I like in a man is a stupid question.
What kind of men are you interested in? What are you looking for?
I'll explain why if you want. Why? Because if I tell you, for example, that I like someone that is Christian, You could lie and say that you are Christian.
Well, first of all, he's too humble to know he's perfect.
That's me.
He's intelligent, supportive, funny.
Me.
Or if I tell you that I like tall men and you aren't, you could be insecure about that and then tell me that we can't continue talking. Instead, it's better to let things happen naturally. And so then what are we supposed to talk about? Oh my God, about work, family, interests, etc. I understand, but I'll only talk about these things if I can see you on the web camera. You can't talk about your interests over chat. You can't talk about your hobbies over chat. You can't tell me what you do for a living over chat. All of these things are verboten until you see this on camera. I put 8 cry laughing faces. All right, that's fine. Because I can't be sure, meaning he can't be sure that I'm a real person. That's fine. I'm already sure that we're not a good match, but I wish you good luck. He then sent me a photo, which, again, on Badoo, you have to click to open it. You have to click to accept it. If you don't click to open it, then you can't see what's inside. But I have my ideas. Do you like this? Which pretty much confirms my idea. I'm not going to open it. I don't want to see it. That's me. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's of something small, too. No. Take a look and see if you like it. I'm not going to open it. Ciao. Well then, I'm going to go look at your photos. Ciao. Ugh, gross. So this takes me back to when I was still living in Civitavecchia. I met a guy on Tinder, very handsome from his photos, very nice, very personable. We began chatting on WhatsApp all day. He even called me at some point. He said he's an ambulance driver. Pretty serious job, I would think. Calls me on the phone. We talked maybe 10 minutes or so. Seemed very nice. I was anxious to talk to him. He lived in Tuscany somewhere, so he was quite a ways from me. I had invited him to come out to Civitavecchia to have an aperitivo with me at the Enoteca. He at first was reluctant because it was such a long drive, but he said, no, I'd really like to meet you. Maybe I can come tomorrow. So we began chatting back and forth on WhatsApp. One of the first things that stuck out to me on WhatsApp was, it was later in the evening at this point, I said, well, I have a lunch appointment tomorrow with a friend of mine. I haven't seen him in a long time. If you want, I would assume that we'll be done by about 4 o'clock and we can hang out for a couple of hours, go have a drink. He seemed a bit put out that I wanted him to come so late in the day. He said, oh, well, I wanted to spend time with you. I thought that I could come earlier to make the trip worthwhile. And I understood what he was saying because it was a long trip. He asked me to send him a selfie from right then and there. I said, I'd rather not. I made, a half joke. I said, I'm not very presentable right now. I'd rather not send you one. Oh, come on, you're always beautiful. And he says, I just really want to see what you look like right now. I don't like taking selfies and then sending them to men. I don't understand why men are always asking me for live selfies. And he said, well, it's to make sure that you're real. I said, I'm not going to take a selfie for you right now. And then he says, and anyway, how many men are you talking to?
If I wanna take a guy home with me tonight, it's none of your business.
Like 1,000. But I'm not going to tell you that. I'm talking to some different guys, obviously, because I'm single and I'm on Tinder, as you know. So are you. See. But how many?
So don't try to change my mind. I tell you one more time, it's none of your business.
Why does it matter how many guys I'm talking to on Tinder? Of course, if I go all the way out there, I want to make sure that you're not dating anyone. And I said, well, I'm not dating any one person. but I do date other men because I'm single. And that's what single people do. We were going back and forth on this through voice messages, and he finally asked to call me. Gets on the phone, and we start having a bit of a disagreement or argument, which we haven't even met in person yet, and we're already arguing about our relationship.
This is some kind of joke, right?
We haven't even had a first date. I believe that if two people like each other, that they should only be seeing each other. And I said, that's fine if they're a couple. And he says, well, no, because if they like each other, then they should be focused on just each other. I respect, that's fine. If you both want to mutually do, but you can't arbitrarily say if you and I go out on a date, you're not allowed to go out with other men. I said, well, you know what? Maybe we should get to know each other a little bit before you come out here tomorrow. So we talked on the phone for another 15 minutes or so, and he was a little bit more drab. The more I'm talking to him, the less excited I am about having him come out tomorrow. Well, I have to go now. I've got some work to do. We'll talk later. Luckily, I still have the conversation on WhatsApp saved. He sent me a message. I wanted to ask you if you have a full body photo.
Oh, behave. Okay, you're an animal.
From head to toe. May I be very honest? And he said, see, of course, tell me, but of course. I don't believe that it's right that I make you come tomorrow because it will be a very long trip for you. And I can feel that we're already not getting along about certain things. He put a shocked face. And then I said, for me it was a bit of a shock that you asked me how many guys I'm talking to. And for other reasons, I don't think it's a good idea if you come out here. And he says, I don't believe that you understood what I wanted to say correctly. That's right, it's my Italian, not the fact that you're being pushy. Maybe if it were that you lived a little bit closer, we could try it. We could try having you come out here to meet. But I feel guilty if you have to come 2 hours to see me and I'm not 100% about you already. He basically repeats the same thing again, that he didn't mean it that way. I am very willing to come out to see you tomorrow. But if you don't want me to come, that's a whole nother issue. And I explained again to him that I'd rather not that he come. Really just didn't think that we were a good fit. But you don't even know me. How can you say this? Ha ha ha. You don't have any interest in me anymore? But that's absurd. How can you say this to me? And then all of a sudden, the trip is amazingly getting shorter and shorter to come to my town. It's not a problem for me to drive in an hour and a half. I do it for work all the time. First it was 2.5 hours, then it was 2 hours, now it's an hour and a half. That man is a speed demon.
It's the little old lady from Pasadena.
Scusami. Ma non mi piaciuto il tuo comportamento. I'm sorry, but I didn't like your attitude over the phone. Maybe I'm wrong. That's what I think. I tried to be polite, but I'm telling you the truth and what I think. He says, what attitude? I don't understand. What do you mean? Please, can we talk on the phone for just a minute and then at least we can understand each other better? Please. I said, you know what irritates me the most is you keep insisting. But what attitude? I don't understand. I'm sorry, but I don't understand. I don't want to keep insisting. So then I send him a long message. I lay it all out for him, basically the same things that I've already said. He says, I didn't mean to say that you shouldn't talk to other people. Absolutely not. I said that if two people like each other, then it's normal that they would only talk to each other or date one another. I want to get to know you and I want to come tomorrow. But if you don't want to, then okay. And I wrote, okay, I don't want to. Thank you for understanding. And then he writes, I'm sorry, but all right. But would you still send me a full body photo? You're very beautiful, and at least it would be a pleasure for me to see you in all of your beauty.
I got your picture, I'd like 1,000,000 of you over myself.
Thank you very much. But I don't believe there's a reason now. Have a good evening. Take it only for me.
Let me see what I got in the house tonight. I can't breathe.
Right. I'm gonna take this photo just for you. And all of my beauty just for you. It would be a nice gesture for me. At least that. And I said, no, ciao. And then he writes, how mean. Sad face. Then, Mom, guess what I just got? You guessed it. He sends me a picture of his erect, naked penis, and only of his penis. Ugh, I got another penis picture. I don't even really know why he sent it to me. I mean, it's nothing special.
It's some breaking news from right here in New York. Former Democratic Congressman Anthony Weiner has been sentenced to 21 months in prison. This all part of what was known as the sexting trial, in which Mr. Weiner pled guilty to a charge of transferring obscene material.
Then in the same instant that he sends me this picture of his pathetic little penis, the phone rings and it's him. And I hung up on him. I can't believe that you would be this disrespectful to me. Now I'm all the more content that we're not going to meet in person. And then I blocked him. Let's recap. This guy is willing to come out to my town to see me. And seemingly he has an interest in more than sex, because if it wasn't more than sex, then he wouldn't care if I was talking to other men. The only kind of person that would be interested in that is somebody who's interested in having a relationship with someone. So if you're interested in having a relationship with somebody, obviously the main criteria here is to send them a picture of your penis. And that is why you don't have a girlfriend, and why, as a result, I don't have a boyfriend. Ciao, everybody.
I am really close on this one.
They take you for a